there are many games that we would love to show but no longer have. If you have a copy of a game that you think could be a classic, please get in touch with WSCS TV at 920-459-6663 and maybe we can get that game into our next classic series. When people talk North-South Armory games and you mention the Cobra game, they immediately know what you're talking about. North came into this game as an FRV favorite to win conference. This was the first conference game of the season. South was 3-0, North 1-0. The copy of this game is very poor and we did some creative editing to help make the game more appealing. We hope you'll enjoy it. If and when we can secure a better copy, we will show it again. Thanks to Kevin Kober and his mom Karen, we were able to get a copy. This is a true classic, and we are extremely happy to be able to show it to you. Steve Launer has the call, and Jeff Thorne provides color. Now it's time to get a soda and a bowl of popcorn and to sit back and enjoy the game.
Maple Lane, the independent insurance agents of Sheboygan County. Manning Lighting, Wolf Schwinn Cycling and Fitness, Sheboygan Area Credit Union, Badger Optical, Imogene's Cleaning Center, and Palo Popcorn. I'm Steve Launer along with Jeff Thorne. Jeffy, tonight, big one in the barn. Boy, I tell you what, if they're not pumped up by this JV game that we just saw, they're dead. 2 overtimes of the JV game. This one promises to be almost as close. Both teams match up pretty well, and we've got a little special. We've got both coaches that we interviewed a little while ago before this ball game. Some good points were brought out, and we'll get to those interviews right after this.
Got advanced understanding in a college-level course without advanced placement credit to show for it? Many colleges give credit to students who can pass the CLEP, or College-Level Examination Program test. If you can prove you've got college-level mastery of French or math or history, for example, you might get credit for the course, meaning you've got one less course to pay for. Work smart, prepare smart. 25 tips to afford college.
Funding provided by the Selective Service System.
Back at the Sheboygan Armory, I've got Coach Tom Desical with me from Sheboygan North. Coach, we're back in the Armory. As you can hear already, it's getting loud for this JV game. Your team's assessment as coming in. You've only got one game thus far.
That's right. The kids are kind of jumpy, I think. They played 2 this weekend tonight, and they'll play Racine Horlick tomorrow night. I guess that's kind of typical for early in the year. It's kind of a big matchup for this early in the season.
Okay, you're picked as one of the preseason favorites coming in, and South is also picked to be one of the contenders on the way in. What kind of a difficult situation does this put you in, having to face them as the conference opener?
I think a situation that we're somewhat familiar with over the last few years, realistically, and we just have to deal with those things. Those are not decisions that are made by the kids, and that's what we're here for, to see what the kids can do.
A little bit now about your team. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of height. What are you going to try to do with them? Are you going to try to continue on the running game this season, or are you going to have to slow it down a little bit?
Well, we like to run when we can, and I think South's somewhat effective when they run, too. They're not exactly a slow-down, plodding team. They score a lot of points as well, so I think we should see a running game tonight.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach. Good luck tonight. We'll be back in a minute. Steve will have the South coach right after this.
When you're behind the wheel, always watch for people walking and biking. It's Wisconsin law to give bikes at least 3 feet when passing. In Wisconsin, the laws are the same for bicyclists and motorists. So if you bike, ride with the traffic and obey stop signs and lights. People ride bicycles to go places, get exercise, reduce pollution, save money, and have fun. Watch for people riding bikes when you're driving. Share and be aware. We're all responsible.
Back at the Armory with South coach Pete Peterson. Coach, tonight starting out with North right out of the chute for the Valley. That's got to be a pretty tough chore.
Yes, it is. It's due to the rotation of the Foxborough Valley schedule. This is it rotates into the first game this year, and we would, I guess, prefer to play it maybe a little later, but we're certainly here and we're ready for it. We're excited about it.
Coming into tonight, you've already got 3 wins under your belt. Do you think that's going to be a big help with North only playing 1 so far?
Well, they're an excellent basketball team, but I think those 3 games for us were important because we have some young people that we really depend on, and it gave them some experience, a little more game experience.
Tonight, what can we look for? What kind of keys should we be looking for in this ball game?
Well, if North is able to control a tempo, then South will probably be in big trouble. So we'll try and do the things that we like to do best. In other words, kind of dictate the tempo. If we can do that, then I think we're in for a very exciting basketball game.
Thanks, Coach, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
We'll be back with the rest of the pregame and the start of our game right after this.
24,000 children die every day from preventable causes. My name is Lucy Liu, and I believe that number should be 0. Believe in 0.
Join the effort. Visit unicefusa.org.
Back here at the Armory, we've got about 2.5 minutes before this ball game officially gets underway. Jeff, tonight North coming in here with just 1 game under its belt so far this season. They'll play tonight against South. They'll play again tomorrow night, Saturday night, for their 3rd game of the season. But South has already got 3 under their belt.
South coming in tonight at 3-0. They've had impressive wins over Oshkosh North, Nicolay, and on Tuesday night, Green Bay East.
West Bend East.
I'm sorry, West Bend East. Yeah, we don't want to get too far into the conference yet. They've looked impressive in all 3 of them. They against the West Bend East obviously played a lot of people in a game where they had definitely overmatched, and it should help them. As Coach Peterson said, they needed some games under their belt to gel a little bit before they got into their conference schedule.
On the other side, North, with their 1 game in so far this season, they really, really beat up Menasha last week, 103-64. I was there that night and saw that ball game, and it really, you could tell that it was North's first time out of the chute.
Well, anytime it's the first time out, you're going to have some ragtag sloppiness. What happened in that game is they got into a running game, and North is going to be one of the better teams that we're going to see anytime this year at running. And Menasha was absolutely no match for them. On the bad side of that is North had their starters out for a good portion of that game. It really didn't allow them to game gel, as you might call it. So tonight they may be just a little bit rusty to start off.
Well, also in that one, some of those starters, Cosgrove had a bad cold that night. Tommy Fogel was out with the flu, basically, and so that really gave him a chance to rest some of his people. We'll be back and take a look at the starting lineup right after this.
I am a Packer fan.
And we're Packers fans.
Hi, I'm David Collins, Superintendent of the Wisconsin State Patrol. Packers fans are the best fans in football.
We are the ultimate team players.
The ultimate team player. Be the ultimate team player. Always have a designated driver.
Always have a
designated driver.
Live responsibly.
Packer fans.
Don't let fans drive drunk.
Responsibility has its rewards.
Go Packers! Go Packers! Go Packers!
Just about ready for the announcement of the starting lineups here tonight. Get the non-starters both ways first. Jeffy, North obviously, even though only playing 1 game, has got to come in here with an edge, especially in this building where they won 15 out of the last 17 matchups.
Recent history has definitely gone to North in this building. They've had that edge, as he said, 15 of the last 17. But for them to contain South's height, what North is going to have to do is concentrate on rebounding, keeping the up-tempo game of running, and they're going to have to, on defense, pressure the South guards.
South guards, Steve Halverson and Kevin Kober. Kober, as a senior now this year, starting to assert a little bit of his leadership as we go along. He's got to be one of the ones that you look that Coach Pete Peterson has got to look to for scoring this season. Taking a look at the starting lineups, we're getting we're getting both non-starting players introduced. Of course, it's a big game. There you take a look at the north side. At a guard for Sheboygan South, a 5'9" senior, Steve Halverson. For North, a 6' senior, Troy Goldbach at the guard. That should be a pretty good matchup. For South, number 33, 5'11" senior, Kevin Kober. Just talked about him. They've got to look for him for some shooting. For North, Tom Fogel, 6' senior. I'm sure that's the way they're going to match up. For South, number 41, a 6'3" senior, the leader, Brian Ognasovic, the big O. For North, on the other side, number 25, a 6'2" senior, Jay Wolf. For South, a junior, number 43, a 6'4", Steve Knack. For North, 6'5" senior, another leader over here, Tim Cosgrove. For South, another junior, 6'5" Frank Vratochnik, wearing number 45. And for North, a 6'7" junior, Greg Carley. Greg getting his second start so far of this season. And Coach Tom Desitel using a little bit different strategy here, going taller along the front line, and then being able to bring in some instant offense with guys like Johnny Meyer, Danny Gable.
Yeah, I think what he wants to do is try to establish the rebounding that he's going to be so strongly needing in the first part of the game. When John Meyer gets into the game, you're right, instant offense. He'll sit out at the three-point line and just wait for his guns to start firing. North on the most, though, is just going to try to push the ball on up, and South is really going to have to try to control the tempo on them.
And for South, first two off the bench, look for a 5'9" junior, Mark Whitstock, at a guard, and down along the front line, 6'7" junior on Jim Debink. Those will be the first two off the bench for Coach Pete Peterson. The place is rocking and rolling. We're playing hoops in the Armory. Vogel brings it up for the Raiders. They work around underneath. They go right away to Cosgrove, gets caught on a travel.
Goldbach caught him right in between steps.
And North immediately out, full court pressure. Long pass down to Kevin Kober on a drive, puts it up, won't go. Ball loose. Steve Knack got it and fell out of bounds. He fell over Greg Carl, who was already on the floor. So another turnover.
And another tennis ball.
Another tennis ball. Just underway, no score. Wolf out to Gable. Goldbach for three. Doesn't get it. The whistle foul is going to be on Steve Halverson of South with the elbow as he went past Troy Goldbach.
Hey, he hooked him to get by him.
The official over talking to the Southside bench. Maybe he heard something he didn't like already. Cosgrove inbound. Vogel with a drive. To the cutter, it's Cosgrove. Whistle foul underneath. It's going to be on Frank Vratochnik. It'll be a shooting foul, so Cosgrove will go to the line for North. Cos led North in that win over Menasha with 16 points last week, Saturday. Eyes it up, first one's down. Scoreboard finally cracks open. Rings it around, won't go. Ratochnik rebound for South. Trying to double team at the half court. Get a kick on the defense off the foot of Tommy Fogel.
That's something that you and I had talked about pretty much most of this day, Steve, is that they are going to probably try to pressure Halverson into making some turnovers.
What a defensive play. Oh, my goodness.
Reaching around the front, slapping the ball away, and there's Agnosovic standing on the out-of-bounds line. Could do nothing but let it hit him.
To get it into Fogel. He called for the rotation. Wolf up high. Whistler dribbled. Trying to go down to Carley. Ball knocked away. Steve Halverson picks it up for South. We go back the other way. Only 1 point scored. North has got it. Kober holds outside. Knack and Cosgrove match up defensively. There's Halverson. Shot won't go. Wolf rebound. North running back quickly. Down to Wolf. Off the glass, 2. $3-0 North lead. 6:30 to go first quarter. Halverson with the dribble. Knocked away by Greg Carley. That's an aggressive defense. First personal, first team. South will inbound.
And on that, Jay Wolf was the one who was going to come on up and try to help give a little bit of pressure, and Carley was just trying to fill on the deep side. He was a half a step late.
Agnosovic the inbound. Gets it into Halverson. He's bothered by Troy Golbach. Agnosovic on a drive. Stops. Hops. Won't go. North running quickly. Fogel. Whistle. Stoppage of play. Frank Ratochnik is down. And he is hurting.
He came on a back pedal. It looked like he started in on a back pedal. I don't know if he had a tennis shoe that just caught or what, but he suddenly just sort of fell backwards down. And it looks to be his right leg. He's in some serious pain.
Assistant Principal Tom Edson out on the floor. I do believe we're probably going to have to get some medical assistance for Frank Ratochnik. Boy, you sure hope that's not too serious. We've got a stoppage of play here early. It's North by 3. It's 3-0. 6:07 to go first quarter. And we've got a definite timeout, and I do believe that this may take a while.
This may take a long while. I have a feeling that they're going to call in for a stretcher right away and get him out of there. They must have seen something. As they look now, they're getting some ice on him.
That definitely will not, I mean, anytime you get a starter to go down is bad enough. But a kid of Frank Ratochnik's athletic ability and basketball ability, somebody that South really needed to depend on here tonight. Get him go down. We've got a stoppage of play. Let's take a timeout and take a look at these messages.
You don't have to deliver 15 tons of food to the hungry.
You can start with 10 ounces.
You don't have to dedicate your life to saving lives.
You just dedicate 15 minutes.
The men and women of America's Navy do some amazing things to make the world a better place. But then again, so can millions of everyday Americans right in their own backyards. Brought to you by America's Navy.
Kochnick being helped off the court. The folks from Lakeland Sports Medicine are here, along with the Sheboygan Police Department, of course, medically trained. So they're going to get him back to the locker room. And I don't believe, Jeffrey, do you know, is that a charged timeout to South?
I don't know in this circumstance if that's going to be.
Whatever.
Either the official out on the floor stopped play. He must have thought it was serious enough that he was going to stop play out there, so I don't think it will be.
Cosgrove on a drive, doesn't get it, gets his own rebound, tries to come the other way. Jim Debink on a block. We get a jump ball call, turn it over. Debink is in for Rutachnik. Long pass down court, going for Kober, but Greg Carley picks it off. Fogel outside to Cosgrove. Wolf for three. It's just for two. Looked like he was back far enough.
No, I think he got a foot on the line as he stepped up to take the shot.
Cosgrove almost knocks it away from the big O. Brian Ognasovic. Halverson works Kober on the outside. Debink with Greg Carley all over him. South very deliberate. Steve Knack from the outside for three. That's really not his range. He's got to work down a little bit closer to the basket. A traveling call on Jay Wolfen as he started to move. Just a little bit anxious. (5-0) North leads. 5:06 to go, first quarter. Ognasovic gets it into Kober. Out to Halverson, and he'll bring it up court. Halverson having to break that press. Trying to go down to Steve Knack.
I think Knack thought that ball might have been touched by a North player because that rolled right past his feet.
Fogel in the corner. North on the swing to Greg Carley. He gets hit from behind by Jim Debink.
Came across the arm, is going to pick up the foul. Nice little look inside by North, getting down the call.
Greg Carley, he's a junior. His second year on the varsity. He didn't have too much PT last year as a sophomore. Had some medical problems. Looks pretty good, gets the start here. Second one on the way. A little bit hard. Fought for. Knack pulls it away, gets it to Ognasovic, and we go back the other way. Halverson trying to get it in the middle, and Steve Knack with the loose ball puts it down.
A little help out there. I think it was Fogel that got a hand on it.
South finally gets one to go down. Ball loose. Kober to Halverson. North now will try to trap Halverson at half court. Off the leg of Fogel. Comes back to South. South didn't score until 4:32 remained in the first quarter. So almost half the quarter go by without South scoring. Ognasovic, baseline. Debink. Swing it over to Knack on a drive. Score.
That's Knack's area. You get him down low. He's got that wide body. He's going to be able to get in tight.
Wolf trying to work underneath. Going to get an offensive foul call. No question about it. South the inbound now. North with that full court press. Ognasovic gets it into Halverson, get a wide open court, trying to get it to Knack. Cosgrove picks it off. Fogle on a drive, all the way for two. 8-4 North lead. Wolf got Kevin Kober caught along the side, and Kober took a step back and stepped on the line.
Kober had a word for the official, thinking Wolf may have used a little bit too much body on him there.
A little questionable.
That's exactly why he was questioning him.
Goldbach on a drive. Get a foul before he gets the shot up. I believe that's going to go on Halverson.
Halverson or Knack?
On Stevie Knack.
I think Knack kind of lassoed him there a little bit, the way he suddenly took that quick left.
Fogle, the inbound for North. Back out to Troy Goldbach. Fogle. Wolf and Fogle. North working a perimeter. Cosgrove, baseline drive, whistle, foul, Steve Knack. Two quick ones.
Well, they can ill afford to have Knack into too much foul trouble. They've already lost one of their big guys tonight. Knack is going to have to sit down at least for the rest of the first quarter.
Mike Freitag will come in for South along with Mark Wittstock. For North, Aaron Stauber checks in along with Nathan Schremeyer. Schremeyer, the sophomore, also at 6'7". Cosgrove at the free throw line has 1 point on the night. First free throw goes down. Another one coming. 3:08 to go first quarter. From the Armory in Sheboygan. This is going to be a dandy. Cosgrove, second one won't go. Ognasovic with the board. Take a look at the scoreboard. 9-4, North lead. Kober with the dribble, stops, pops from 18, won't go. Schremeyer rebound. Quickly to Fogle. Oh, he loses the dribble. You see, he was trying to change his speed there, and the ball got up somewhere around his eyeball.
Well, this floor will do that to you also. This floor will give you a bounce every once in a while. That's just a little bit better than others.
What a defensive play on the other end. Nathan Schremeyer and Jim Debbink battling it out. Ognasovic can't get the long one to go. Cosgrove on a drive, down to Schremeyer, off the glass for two.
Nice little dish by Cosgrove that time, drew the defense right to him and laid it off for the easy one.
North now up by 7, 11-4. 2:15 to go first quarter. Kober on the dribble. Foul is on Tommy Fogle. John Meyer and Dan Gable getting set to check in for North. Meyer, we switched the guards around. Fresh set of guards for North. Freitag on the outside. Gets it back out to Wittstock. Wittstock with the drive, dribble, inside, whistle. What are you doing? Why don't you just say what you're doing? I already announced he was in there. Aaron Stauber. It's all the fouls on him. Give me a break.
I was just telling you he was going to commit a foul. Steve.
Oh. Aha. Mark Wittstock at the line for South. Off to the left. He's got another one coming. Second one is down. 11-5. Gable brings it up quickly for North. Back out to Cosgrove. They work Stauber on the wing. Stop, pop, baseline, score. Tough shot from Aaron Stauber. 13-5, North by 8. 1:45 to go, first quarter. Ognoskovic to inbound. Having a tough time. Gets it into Mike Freitag. Gives it up to Kober. Kober's going to handle it. Gets it across the timeline. Finds a seam. Out to Ognoskovic from 18. Scoring. Ognoskovic finally getting into the scoring column. Gable brings it up for North. 13-7, North lead. They swing to Meyer, trying to get it down inside. Gable picks up the loose ball. Shot won't go. Ball loose. Schremeyer underneath, off the glass and score.
Schremeyer almost made the Cardinal mistake. He let that ball get down around his waist and nearly had it slapped away. Was able to hang on to it.
Freitag left wing. Woodstock looking for three. Can't get it. Schremeyer rebound for North. Right down the middle. Schremeyer couldn't get it. Gets the foul over the back.
Ooh, I bet he wishes he had one extra step or a step closer to the basket. I believe we would have seen that one come down quicker.
Quite possibly. Dave Taple checks in for North for Tim Cosgrove. For the bonus, we'll walk back down the other way. 15-7, North leads it. 45 seconds to go, first quarter. Jim Debbink toes the free throw line for South. Doesn't get the first one to go. North back quickly. Gable stops, shoots, scores.
Gable got that hoop, but John Meyer was off on the side. Boy, was he... He's calling and calling.
Meyer's been waiting to take that three-pointer. He's been sitting on that wing a couple of times. Steve Halverson back in the ballgame for South. Gets it up like Ognoskovic. Capel takes it right away. Gable to Meyer. Swing it around to Stauber. I'll tell you what, really, anybody from North can take that three-pointer, Stauber, or drive down the lane. Player control. Second personal, I believe, on that one, Jeff. Is that what you got?
Two already.
Okay. 9 seconds to go, first quarter. North by 10, 17-7. Woodstock, Halverson. Puts it up, long range, scoring! For Steve Halverson. 17-10, North leads. We'll be right back.
Wondering where all your money is going even though you don't buy expensive items? Try creating a list of all the things you spend money on to pinpoint where the leaks are. Small things like late fees for movies, service fees for ATMs, and daily visits to the coffee shop can add up over time. Save smart, budget smart. 25 tips to afford college.
Funding provided by the Selective Service System.
17-10, North leads. North 8 for 13 in the first quarter from the field. South 3 for 10.
South obviously being bothered by the pressure that North has got. 3 turnovers thus far on just the pressure alone. I should say turnovers slash steals on the pressure alone before they've even had a chance to get it across court.
Fogel will inbound. Pardon me, Cosgrove gets it to Fogel. I knew sooner or later Fogel was going to handle the ball. On a drive, gives it up to Cosgrove, off the glass, tough.
A pretty little dish by Fogel also.
In traffic. And it seems that's where Cosgrove really likes to play, in that traffic. Going to get a whistle. Foul is going to be on Tommy Fogel. And Dan Gable quickly off the bench. Send Kevin Kober to the free throw line for South. Just underway second quarter. This place has been rocking and rolling for quite a while here tonight. Can the crowd stand it? Golbach, long range, won't go. Ognosovic rebound. Halverson double team backcourt, behind the back pass, nifty out to Kevin Kober. I don't think that's a planned pass though, Jeff. I think that was out of necessity.
I don't know, it opened my eyes.
Kober's shot wouldn't go. Got out to Knack. He comes up short. Carley rebounds for North. Gable up quickly. North sets it up. They run that perimeter offense. Golbach off the mark on the three. Halverson with the dribble. Gets it across half court. To Kober and Knack. They need for Kevin Kober to do some scoring for South. And North has done really a pretty darn good job on Brian Ognosovic.
North is really playing some pretty decent man-to-man right now. The guy in everybody's face, and if there's a pick, it's not too far behind them.
South will inbound underneath its own basket. South is very patient on their offense. They really look for the best shots that they can. And North has denied them that so far. Trying to go over the head of Cosgrove down to Knack, down to the baseline. Overshoots everybody out of bounds. Turn it over.
Kober really forced that one.
We have a technical foul called on Sheboygan South bench. On one of the assistant coaches. South will take a timeout, but we're going to keep it right here. That's definitely not something that you need to have happen here when you're down by 9, Jeffy.
No, and it just seemed to be a very not only inopportune but kind of a foolish type of a thing to do for the assistant coach. As everybody's coming on down court, the referee in plain sight, he must have let him know something fairly quickly to pick it up, because he was tagged with it right off the bat. South a little bit in disarray right now. It just seems like they cannot seem to get any kind of consistency in their offense. They're running second and third options on their offense and not coming up with anything out of it. North right now is playing decent defense. Their pressure is working to get them some turnovers. They don't have a big lead right now. They haven't really taken advantage of the time they've had the ball. But right now, just in having the ball more, North is taking control of the game.
Jay Wolf shoots the first one. He gets another one. Of course, on the bench, that's an automatic two-shot technical. It's 1 of 2, and North will inbound at half court. Cosgrove gets it into Danny Gable, and Gable will bring it up. Stolen, Kevin Kober, coast to coast, score! All the way for Kevin Kober.
There's anticipation by Kober to get that steal.
Wolf on a drive, score it for 2. Meyer checks in for North for Troy Goldbach. 22-12, North by 10, 5:26 to go, first half. Kober gets it across the timeline. Steve Knack on the baseline. Almost lost it, now he does. Back into the backcourt, get an over and back call. I think Steve Knack looked like he lost a little bit of his footing down along that.
Yeah, he pointed down the official at some water on the floor because he had slipped, and that kind of got him out of his offensive flow.
Cosgrove working to Jay Wolf. Up top, John Meyer off the glass for 3.
Bet he tells you it's what he wanted to do with it.
Instant offense, John Meyer. They get the pass down to Knack. On the drive, blocked. We'll get a whistle call. Going to get a goaltending on Tim Cosgrove.
You know what happened there? That wasn't really a goaltending until he hit his hand on the rim.
So score 2 for Steve Knack. Did he hit the rim or did he hit the backboard is what I want to know.
I think it looked to me as if he caught the rim with his hand just a little bit because you could see the whole standard shake.
25-14. Cosgrove, 4-3. Kober gets caught along the sideline. Whistle, foul. It's going to be on John Meyer. It's one of those situations where North is trapping that south guard along that sideline.
South is showing flashes of being able to break that press, but every once in a while, North is catching them with one man dribbling and is able to stop them up on that sideline, and using that sideline as a defender has worked out to their advantage.
Cobra gets the first one, got another one coming. At halftime, we'll talk about that Super JV ball game a little bit more. Cobra gets 2. He's got 4 on the night. Ball loose, they got it traveling. Greg Carley kind of got caught in the air that time with it. Ognasovic gets it into Halverson. Halverson going to get a whistle, foul in the backcourt on Jay Wolf. That's 2 on Wolf. And again, it's that backcourt pressure. But then again, Coach Desatel can probably go with about 4 or 5 different guards in any different strategy.
Well, and you think about it, when you're 10 deep, you in a sense have got 50 fouls to to give. You can send your boys out on the floor and have them be as aggressive as you want.
28-18, North by 10, 4:18 to go, second quarter. They work Meyer in the corner. Danny Gable calls out play number 4. Let's see what it works into. Cosgrove on the wing. Long range comes up short. Get the air ball call from the south side. Halverson sets it up for South. Almost has it taken away by Gable. Baseline, Ognasovic couldn't keep the handle. Knack comes up short on 3. North trying to run. Gable, score.
I'll tell you what, you watch him come on down the court sometimes, you'll think he'll never be able to stop and get a shot up.
He just stops right on a dime, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that ball just seems to pop right up into shooting position for him.
Ball taken away by Jay Wolf right out of the hands of Steve Halverson. Cosgrove drives right down the lane. Comes up short. A little piece of popcorn caught in my throat there. Ognasovic. Knack short off the baseline. Gable out to Meyer for 3. Off the iron. Ball knocked out of bounds. Foul's going to be on Danny Gable. North by 12. 2:42 to go, second quarter. We'll walk down the other end. There you take a look at some of the packed-in crowd here at the Sheboygan Armory tonight. Very noisy old place to play basketball.
I tell you what, you put the band in behind us here, and you couldn't hear yourself think.
Halverson, first one down. A little bit of the atmosphere of the field house, you think, in Madison? Kind of old building, loud.
Very solid building that has everything just sort of rumbling back and forth off of it.
Schremeyer in for North. They pop it out to Meyer. He stops, pops from 18, a little bit hard. Off Halverson and out of bounds. Good camera work by Richard Bartson. He followed Steve Halverson right into the corner. Well, I wish I could get rid of that little piece of popcorn. That's why I got a little bit of tickle in the throat here, you know. Get that cough where you just can't. Halftime's coming up. Meyer from about 22 feet. Kober brings it up for South. Keeps his dribble. Meyer with the foul on the backcourt. I believe that's number 2 on John Meyer. Not even flashing it up on it. Yeah, that's what they got. The official says number 2. Kevin Kober goes to the charity stripe. Kober with 4 on the night. Doesn't get the first one to go. Cosgrove with the rebound for North. Ahead to Stauber. Baseline. Whistle foul is going to be on Mike Freitag.
Freitag kind of pushing along that baseline.
Aaron Stauber checks to the line. Stauber, 6'1" junior. He plays probably 4, maybe 3 positions. The number 2 guard, the 3 and 4 forwards. First one is good. Second one on the way. Gets that one down. 4 on the night for Stauber. Under 2 minutes to go, second quarter. North by 13, 32-19. Wittstock looks to Ognasovic. Ognasovic trying to force it. Rebound up off the glass and score it for Freitag.
All right, Ognasovic really forced that one. Freitag, though, did a great job of hanging in there. He had a lot of people around him to get that back up.
Turnaround from Schremeyer. 32-21. 1:16 to go, second quarter. Woodstock holds on the wing. Stolen. Fogel off the glass. 2.
Woodstock got himself into a little bit of trouble holding on to the ball, and he tried a very dangerous pass cross court. Fogel was right there.
Fogel for 3. Ognasovic. Long pass to Woodstock. He eluded one defender, gets it up and score it for Mark Woodstock. Stauber, top of the key. Underneath the Schremeyer, all alone for 2.
Was that a pretty pass?
6 for Schremeyer.
Picked it right up off the dribble and just fired it down low. Schremeyer, I don't know how he does it. He just seems to be finding himself wide open half the time.
13 seconds on the clock. Kober on a drive. Rejected by Schremeyer. Danny Gable will check back in for North for Tommy Fogel. 8 seconds left on the clock here, first half. Ognasovic to inbound. Way outside to Woodstock. With the dribble, he loses the dribble. Debink for 3. No good. Ognasovic can't get it to go. We're at halftime, where Sheboygan North has the 13-point advantage at 36-23. We'll take this break.
All wrapped up for the new generation.
I will keep dancing on point, even if it hurts.
My arm is killing me. I don't know if I can pitch another ball. But I'll just play through the pain anyway.
I have to do the big stunts. They look better than the other cheerleaders. Our tosses are bigger.
My elbow really aches, but I got to eat better.
Don't tell them it hurts. They'll take you out of the game if you do. I have to push harder if I'm going to get a scholarship. I'm feeling dizzy, but I don't want to tell anyone.
Everyone's counting on me. I can't rest now.
Nearly 50% of all sports injuries sustained by middle and high school students are from overuse. Don't play through the pain. See your healthcare provider and follow their instructions for rest and recovery. Take the pledge. Become an advocate for sports safety. Visit StopSportsInjuries.org.
North leads at 36-23, and Jeffy, for North, Jay Wolf and Tim Cosgrove leading the way, scoring 7 apiece.
7 apiece.
Pretty balanced.
Yeah, it's got a great balance, and you've got 2, 4, 6, 8 people on the score sheet for North. It shows that they've had a lot of people come on in, and everybody seems to be contributing all the way from the 7 from Wolf and Cosgrove down to Carly's 1 point.
And then on the south side, of course, Frank Vratochnik going down with just over a minute gone, almost about 2 minutes gone in the first period. Goes down with a right knee. Have not seen him back since. My guess is they probably...
He did come back out at the end of the first quarter and was sitting on the bench throughout the second quarter. At halftime, though, they took him out the door directly to our right. I have a feeling that they took him right over to a hospital. But he walked out under his own power, so I got the feeling that they're doing that more as a precautionary thing, and that maybe it not be as serious as first thought.
Well, you sure hope so. And for South, Steve Halverson and Steve Knack with 6 points apiece. High school basketball is brought to you by your local Piggly Wiggly store, Richardson Lumber Company, Right Step Family Footwear, the Old Wisconsin Sausage Company, Dick Brantmeyer Ford, the American Family Insurance Agents, and Suge Toyota, Subaru, Jeep, and Eagle. And tonight's game is brought to you by Maple Lanes, Burkhardt Heisdorf Insurance Agency, Manning Lighting, Wolf Schwinn Cycling and Fitness, the Sheboygan Area Credit Union, Badger Optical, Imogene's Cleaning Center, and Palo Popcorn. We thank them for their support as always. We take a look. Frank Vratochnik is still in uniform down on the sideline. They've got his knee iced down. I don't believe Frank's going to see any more action tonight, but he's still in uniform and he's on the bench. Got a little bit of stoppage here before we get ready to go, as the Pom Pom Gals put on a great halftime show. Jeff, real quickly, that JV ball game, what a dandy. South led at 31-24 at half. They were up by 6, 43-37 at the end of the third quarter, but we finished at 60-60 at the end of 4 periods, and then had to play a double overtime.
Well, I tell you what, everything just sort of whipped itself into a fever pitch around here. Near the end of that, both overtime periods, North jumped out to a lead. South came back. North took another lead. South came back again, and finally in the second one, North just hung on.
And the North JVs won at 74-72 over South in double overtime. Underway here, third quarter, South with the ball. Kober looking to Jim Debink. Debink getting a lot of PT tonight. Kober's shot won't go. Ball gets back into Steve Knack. Score it for Steve Knack.
That ball was on its way out of bounds off of Knack's hands as he swatted it away from Cosgrove. Agnosovic with a heads-up play reached out of bounds, slapped that back past Cosgrove. As he's turning around, there's Knack with the ball. Cosgrove bumps Knack. Knack gets the point and the foul.
Cosgrove gets the foul? Is that what you said? I didn't hear you. Okay. Steve Knack at the line, trying to complete a three-point play. Doesn't get it. Debink with the offensive rebound for South. Out to Halverson, long range two. Won't go. Greg Carley pulls it away for North. Ahead to Jay Wolf. Stops, puts it up off the glass. 9 for Wolf, unofficially. Get it down to Debink, gives it up to Knack. Foul's going to be on Jay Wolf. And Jim Debink really should have taken it right up.
Yeah, he really should have. He had the open shot. He was right to the bat. He was facing the basket, and he decided to pass it off the Knack on the side.
I believe that's 3 on Wolf. Getting our air conditioning coming through as the band is leaving. Have the door open, and it's freezing here, folks. Knack gets the free throw. It was a 2-shot foul. Let's get... Now we're going to argue about whether the shot went good. No basket, a 2-shot foul. Really, because now... We'll get it straight in a minute. But Steve Knack will shoot the second free throw. Gets them both. Vogel back very quickly for North. In that left corner to Cosgrove, baseline. Has it rejected from Steve Knack from behind. Inbound to Carley. Whistle, foul's going to be on Kevin Kober. North, the inbound underneath their own basket once again. The official looking for
gum.
Got gum on the end of his shoe. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it looked like it was gum. He went over to find a piece of paper on the side to pick up the gum.
The official had gum on his shoe. A real gum shoe. Get it into Carley. Off the glass. Won't go. Whistle, foul, Jim Debink. North rolling around quite a bit on that inbounds play. They send a lot of people in motion.
In this case, they started it in motion just a little bit too soon. They had to come on back and try to reset. Carley, though, had the easy job. He just posted himself in the middle there and got an opening.
Free throws off the iron, gets another one. Vogel looks up at him. A little word of encouragement there. Vogel at 6 foot. Carley at 6'7".
Said, put it in.
Off the iron, no good. Cosgrove battles for it. Ball loose. Wittstock comes away with it for South. 38-27. North by 11. Ball knocked loose. Cosgrove comes up with it. Ahead to Goldbach. He gets his pocket pick. By Kevin Kober. Get it up to Wittstock. Calls the play. Kober on the wing, trying to get it down to Knack on the baseline. Say it's off the hand of Cosgrove. Nathan Schremeyer checks back in for North. Greg Carley sits down. Kober, long range, won't go. Schremeyer rebound. North trying to run to get it up ahead to Wolf. kick it out to Cosgrove for three. A little short. Kober ahead to Knack. He'll take it all the way. Player control, offensive foul on Steve Knack.
Knack picking up his third foul there.
Boy, you talk about temperature change.
Yeah.
They closed the door. Did it get hot in here all of a sudden, or what?
It was hot in here before. I got comfortable when the door was open.
Yeah.
You don't have that big old sweater hanging on you.
Vogel trying to go down to Cosgrove off the hands of Steve Knack. It'll come back to North. Of course, in their, why do I say this now? Their home white uniforms. I mean, we've already played almost three quarters. Get it together, Steve. Inbounded to Wolf for three. Good. And Wolf actually stepped back for it.
Yeah, when he did step back, that did not look exactly correct.
41-27. North by 14. Deving picks up the loose ball, gets it to Kober. On a drive, score it for Kober. Looks like Kaz is going to pick up the foul. Tim Cosgrove picks up foul number 2. And Steve Halverson will check back in for South. Comes in for Mark Whitstock. Kevin Kober at the free throw line. .41-30, North by 11. Goldbach, baseline, no. Lots of action down underneath. Fouls on Steve Knack. Number 4. Mike Freitag checks in. An ominous 4th foul for Steve Knack. .5:23 to go, third quarter. Vogel looking to inbound. Gets it to Wolf. They swing back around outside. Trying to go to Schremeyer down underneath. Somehow he's on the bottom of the pile down there.
Just sort of slipped in between the two. Threw a bounce pass into him, and he never even saw that.
Ognasovic on a turnaround, trying to get it to Deving. Whistle, foul, looks like it's going to be on Jay Wolf. That's 4 on Wolf, and it brings Aaron Stauber into the lineup for the running Raiders.
Not only did he pick up the foul on that, he got a lecture by the official right here in front of him.
Ognasovic the inbound. Gets it to Halverson. South guard's really not been able to get a lot of shots off.
There's another person that hasn't gotten a lot of shots
off. Oh, my goodness, no. Ognasovic. Kent doesn't get that one to go. Vogel quickly ahead for North. Cosgrove lost the dribble. Freitag comes up with it for South. 41-30 North by 11. 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Freitag on the wing. One dribble, picks it up. Kober for 3. Won't go. Devink, rebound off the glass. No, whistle, foul. Nathan Schremeyer. Jim Devink goes to the free throw line for South. Big Red in a little bit of trouble here. 40-31. Got one of their big guys, Steve Knack, on the bench with 4. Debink, his first point of the night. Gets them both. Gets South back to within 9. Fogel. Baseline, Schremeyer. Gets fouled before he could get the shot up. Fouls on Jim Debink, his 3rd. And Jeff, you get those two big guys, both listed about 6'7", but there's probably a 50-pound weight difference between Nathan Schremeyer and Jim Debink.
So Schremeyer trying to slip past him, but also has to slip around Debink. I mean, see Debink standing in the line down there. He's taking up that full box.
Known as a wide body. Schremeyer. Free throw is good. Nothing but nylon. 43-32. Culver getting trapped at half court. Gets it to Ognasovic. He's got Cosgrove on him defensively. Stops from 15. Won't go. Debink with the rebound. In the lane. Off the glass. No. Schremeyer is going to pick up the foul.
Well, I tell you what, these two big guys the last 2-3 times up and down the court have just been hammering on each other. Nobody about ready to give in.
Let's take a look at Coach Tom Desatel. He had a few words for Nathan Schremeyer. He called him over the bench immediately. Debink hits the first one. He can get South back down to within 9. Second one comes up short. North by 10. Ball loose. Comes back to South. Halverson outside. Culver with Fogel in his face. Freitag. Outside to Halverson. South trying to work along the baseline. It's Ognasovic. He comes up short. Ball down on the floor, loose. Kevin Culver for 3. Well, if you can't get it down low, get it outside.
Oh, we've been looking for a little bit more out of Culver with that all night, and he just hasn't really had his opportunity.
South gets it down to within 7, 43-36. Kind of a low-scoring ball game. Culver, long range 2. (43-38) down to 5. Aaron Stalber's checked in for North. Fogel calls the play. Free throw line from Fogel won't go, from Cosgrove won't go. Fouls on Brian Ognasovic down underneath. Ognosovic's first personal, but Brian has just 2 points to his credit here tonight. And that's a credit to the North High defense. Dave Taple, Danny Gable, Johnny Meyer all check in for North. Greg Carley waits. Cosgrove. Oh my. Cosgrove wasn't even close to anything.
You could see that one from back here. As he went up, that ball started rolling off the side of his hand. You could just see him try to push it.
Gets the second one to go down, but boy, you want to talk about embarrassing. He goes to, he's laughing. He goes to the bench, he's smiling.
He missed that one by plenty. Let's say plenty.
A bunch.
Yeah. You could see it, though, as his hand went up. You could just see that thing start to roll off to the side.
44-38, North by 6. Halverson to Kober. They're really trying to work it to Ognasovic. Kober from the corner for 2.
Tell you what, South has not looked that good almost all game long, but they've got themselves right into the thick of it.
Gable stops baseline for 2. North answers right back, 46-40. Ball loose. Freitag up, Halverson up with it. Gonna get a 10-second call.
I tell you what, Kober's got some words for him there. He got mugged, shot, beat up, and he didn't get a call.
Gable with the dribble. Got away with it. He turned it over in his hand. He got away with it. Tried to go down to Carley. Out of bounds goes to South. Long pass, lid Kober. Leans in off the glass, 2.
What? Kober's just taking the whole South team on his back right now.
12 second half points for Kevin Kober. Gives him 16 on the night. The whistle going to get a holding call, I believe, on Jim Devink. You betcha. That's 4 on Jim Devink. Mark Woodstock checks in for South for Kevin Kober. But Coach Peterson looking on down the bench there, see who he can get in. He's got to get somebody in for Jimmy Devink.
He's going to have to go awfully small now.
Carley hits the first one. Scott Krieger checks in, a 6-foot junior. Boy, you give up a lot of size there. Coach Peterson maybe trying to go for some more quickness here. Carley hit them both. Whistle along the sideline. Steve Halverson going to pick up the reach in. Kevin Kober quickly back in, this time for Steve Halverson. North leading it by 6 with 1:14 to go, third quarter. South has fought and scrapped its way back into this one, mainly through the scoring efforts of Kevin Kober. Gable's free throw doesn't go. Ognasovic with the rebound. Fouls on Greg Carley. Kevin Kober had the dribble and stopped, and Greg Carley just got caught. Cosgrove back in the ball game. Kober's got the first one down. Thirteen third quarter points for Kevin Kober. Make it 14. Back to within 4. Meyer looking for the 22-footer. Passes back, trying to get back to the outside, over the head of Tim Cosgrove and out of bounds. Turn it over, comes to South. Ognasovic trying to get it in, does to Mike Freitag. Right back to Ognasovic. To Krieger, has it rejected from behind by Danny Gable. Out of bounds, goes back to South. They take a look at it right down along the baseline. From high atop the Sheboygan Armory. Fritz Scooters Inc. has his blimp rolling, and Kevin Kober hits 2 more.
He's not getting much help out there, but boy, is he doing a job by himself. That time he was looking for somebody to come to him, decided to heck with it and put it up.
Cosgrove with the underhand that doesn't get it, but picks up, draws a foul. It's on Brian Ognasovic. Ognasovic extremely quiet in the South scoring machine tonight.
Well, I got to believe a lot of that has to do with the way that North has broke down South with the pressure. They just have not been able to get into their normal offensive flow and run the plays that they would normally run for Ognasovic.
Cosgrove, nothing moves but the net.
Yeah, but he's already done that once and didn't get credited for anything.
50-46, North by 4. Kober double teamed. Oh, Halverson going to get called for the travel as he started his drive. Krieger back in for South, Fogel for North, along with Dave Taple. Aaron Snauber in the corner from about 16. Won't go. Fogel rebound in traffic. Kober on a steal. Off the glass. Scores for Kevin Kober. Oh, my. Oh, my.
Anything he's putting up right now is finding the bottom of that net somehow.
Fouls on John Meyer. Kevin Kober putting on a show here in this third quarter.
John Meyer couldn't believe it. He thought he got him fairly well.
Well, he almost knocked him into the third row of the cheap seats. But Kober still got the ball to fall somehow. Kober definitely hot-handed here. 50-49, North by 1. Kober with a steal. No, pardon me, Wittstock with a steal. But he'll pick up the foul. 7 seconds left here, third quarter. There you see Mark Wittstock talking to Coach Pete Peterson. Danny Gable checks back in for North. For John Meyer. Tommy Fogel at the free throw line. Fogel with the 4 on the night tonight. Won't go. Ball battered around. Danny Gable comes away with it for North. To Cosgrove for 3. No, and this quarter is over. It's North 50, South 49. We'll be right back.
Do you have diabetes? Join the movement to stop diabetes as a Red Strider at the American Diabetes Association's Step Out Walk to Fight Diabetes. Join hundreds of walkers who share your passion and showcase the courage it takes to live and thrive with diabetes. Gather your friends, family, and coworkers to walk with you and raise funds to help change the future of diabetes. Sign up today at diabetes.org/RedStrider. Together, we can stop diabetes, one step at a time.
North to inbound to begin the fourth and final period.
Steve, you want to see why South came back so quickly here in the third quarter. North got a total of 8 shots off in the whole quarter. Kevin Kober hit 7 shots of 11 in the quarter. He hit almost as many shots as North took in one quarter. Also, turnovers in the third quarter, 7 for North and only 3 for South. Kevin Kober's hot shooting got South right back into it.
North inbounds to begin the fourth and final quarter. They lead by 1, 50-49. Looking down to Schremeyer underneath. Got a jump ball call. He gets tied up by guess who? Kevin Kober.
Pretty soon Kevin Kober's just going to take a whistle in his mouth and do that job too.
Or maybe put a tie on. Be a coach, who knows? Sell popcorn. Oh, a guy in the middle here is doing that. Sell popcorn.
We got one of them.
Extra stat man tonight, Danny Deaver. Kober doesn't get it. Freitag on the offensive rebound. Score it for Mike Freitag. Fouls on Tim Cosgrove. We've got a timeout on the court. It's 51-50, South leads.
Getting home for the holidays can be expensive. If you're driving, take a couple of passengers with you. They can share the driving and, more importantly, pay for gas and tolls. On a long trip, that can save you hundreds of dollars. So check out your school's ride-sharing information. It can make your holiday a lot easier on the wallet. Think smart, share smart. 25 tips to afford college.
Funding provided by the Selective Service System, www.sss.gov.
Mike Freitag gets the three-point play completed. Long-range bomb. Complete to North AD Rich Lemansky. South long-range bomb. Steve Halverson all alone, layup 2.
North having some breakdowns here.
Stolen by Wittstock. Stolen back by Fogel and out of bounds. It'll come to South.
Suddenly it's the pressure that South is putting on that's causing North the problem.
The official is going down talking to the Southside cheerleading squad that they have to stay behind the black line on the floor.
Didn't we see that many people out for the football team, Steve?
Yeah, I think so. Kober with the dribble. Got Danny Gable on him defensively. Gives it up to Steve Halverson. South with a 3-guard lineup. Halverson, Wittstock, and Kober. It's Wittstock on a drive. Comes up short. North with the rebound. North not handling the ball very good here right now. Goldbach from about 17. Doesn't get it. South leads it by 4. 54-50. 6:40 to go, ball game. Halverson. Wittstock with Goldbach on him defensively. Swing it around to Kober in the middle. To an open Mike Freitag down the baseline. Score it for Mike Freitag. What a nice feed from Brian Agnosovic. Wolf on a drive, score. (56-52), South by 4. Under 6 minutes left to go, ball game. Halverson working Freitag on the wing. Outside, Wittstock for 3. No, ball loose. Say it's off. It'll come back to South. We've got a timeout, but we're going to keep it right here. with 5:44 to go on the clock. 56-52, South leads, Jeff, and it's been the Kevin Colbert show here in this second half. 16 points, I believe. Let me count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Pardon me, 19 third period points.
19 third period points thus far in the second half. Sheboygan North, 8 points on field goals. A fairly big turnover.
5:44 to go on the clock. 56-52. South leads. Right down below our cameras with Richard Bartson. Looks right down the back of Brian Ognasovic. Get it out to Halverson. Top of the key, Ognasovic. Swinging around, Stevie Knack back in the ballgame for South, along with Jim Debbink, both playing with 4 fouls apiece. Backcourt foul is going to be on Danny Gable. His second personal. Kevin Colbert checks the charity stripe. 1-1. First one's good. Colbert has been on fire here in the second half. Gets them both. Up ahead to Gable. 58-52, South by 6. 5:22 left in the ball game. Meyer looking for 3, get a whistle first. Foul's going to be on Jim Debbink.
It's going to be all for Debbink. Trying to fight through a screen that was set by Cosgrove, and he just blew him way back. South is going to have to go back to a smaller lineup.
Jimmy Debbink leaves with 3 points. He replaced Frank Vratochnik very early in the ball game, who went down with a knee injury. Mike Freitag will check back in for South. Cosgrove at the free throw line for North. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound comes off to Steve Knack of South. Will come back the other way. Halverson caught in traffic. Ball knocked out of bounds. They were looking for Knack. Jay Wolf knocks it out of bounds. Heads towards the back of the stage. Where, thankfully, Stonehenge Thorne could not retrieve it. Knack comes up short on the jumper. Ball, let's say, is off the hands of Steve Knack.
You gotta believe that's a good call. He swatted at it.
Cosgrove, top of the key, drives, find a seam. Short, whistle underneath. Steve Knack, goodbye. Steve Knack leaves with 10 points on the night. Mark Woodstock checks back in. Well, South has been able to do it without the big guys. In the third quarter, they got a 6-point lead, 58-52. Jay Wolf at the free throw line for North. Rings it out. Ognasovic rebound for South. Ball loose. Stauber up with it for North. Cosgrove, 2. Working hard on that offensive glass. Fouls on Kevin Kober. Believe it or not, that's only Kevin Kober's second personal foul.
There, and with that last play may lie the biggest problem for South for the rest of the game, and that is North being able to put the ball up on the board and come down with a rebound.
I think we got a pinfall. Foul's going to be on Tim Cosgrove.
And that, I believe, was a fairly good call, too. His first attempt at the ball, he swiped and missed and got Kober kind of in a headlock and tried to do the reversal on him.
Mr. Deaver here, our wrestling and basketball aficionados, call that one a cage match. Kevin Kober. Back up to 6-point lead. Hard off the back iron. Fogle up quickly for North. Air tag, baseline dribble. Back outside.
South doesn't need to get harried and try to push the ball up so much. They need to try to let some clock go on this.
Kober outside has Meyer on him defensively. Wittstock picks up the dribble, gets it to Kober. South trying to play the perimeter game. Really do not look like they're in any hurry, Jeff. Whistle, foul outside on Johnny Meyer. Four on Meyer. .345 on the clock. South leads it 59-56.
In Wisconsin, the laws are the same for bicyclists and motorists. So if you bike, ride with the traffic and obey stop signs and lights. Whether you ride a bike or drive a car, you must yield the right-of-way to pedestrians at marked and unmarked crosswalks. At intersections, always look for pedestrians before making a turn, and slow down in school zones and neighborhoods to keep our kids safe. Share and be aware. We're all responsible.
.345 on the clock, 59-56. South with the lead. They've led by as much as 6. Been down by 13, 14. Steve Halverson checks in at the free throw line for South. Rings it off. North coming back quickly. Fogle inside to Wolf, gives it up to Stauber. Can't get it. Tip up. Score it for Cosgrove. 59-58. South by 1. Ognasovic out to Halverson. Kober outside has Wolf on him defensively. Wolf playing with 4 personals. Wittstock gives it up to Mike Freitag, crossing down to Kober underneath. Score it for Kevin Kober.
It's unreal how everything that he is putting up is going down, and he's been fouled a couple of times heavily.
That's 4 on Cosgrove. Gets it to go. 62-58, South by 4. Under 3 minutes left in the ball game. Cosgrove, drive. Score.
Mighty close there. That was almost number 5 on Cosgrove.
I was waiting for the official to put his hand behind his back, behind his head. Fouls on Ognasovic.
Well, I saw him. He looked up to the outside official and asked him what he thought, and the outside official just sort of nodded his head in affirmative. So he must have figured that it was going to be a block on that, but he did the right thing. He asked out top.
Cosgrove gets the running Raiders back to within 1 at 62-61. Foul. Fogel just riding a little bit too close. 3 on Fogel. Mark Wittstock will go to the line for South. Maybe take a look at Coach Desitel. And across the way, his counterpart, Coach Pete Peterson. The officials conferring with the scoreboard and timekeeper, asking them where they're going for dinner after the ball game. Woodstock gets the first one, got another one coming. Gets them both. 64-61. South lead. Cosgrove works to Sauber, left corner, baseline drive. Gives it back up to Cosgrove in the lane. Ball was loose. Ognasovic on a reject. Woodstock picking up the loose ball. Trying to go through 2 North defenders, and Troy Goldbach will pick up the foul. But Goldbach's got a few to give. That's his first personal. .2:26 to go ball game. 64-61 South by 3. This place has been red hot all night long. Yeah, somebody go open the door again. That's a good idea. Woodstock gets the first one down. South by 5. Fogel outside. Cosgrove for 3.
Just when you think you got a little room on them, suddenly they come back.
That's his second three-pointer for Cosgrove on the night. Whistle, foul, Jay Wolf. That's going to be it. Jay Wolf sits down with 12 points unofficially. That's what I've got him for anyway. Steve Halverson goes to the free throw line for South. First one is good.
South doing what they have to, and that is hit the front end of that 1-and-1. With 2:07 left, they'll probably be there pretty much more.
68-64. South by 4. 2 minutes left. Cosgrove drive outside. Fogel for 3. Good.
Fogel's first points of the second half.
68-67. South by 1. Minute 40 left in the ball game. Steal by Cosgrove in the open court. knocked out of the hands of Cosgrove by Kevin Kober.
Kevin Kober may be showing a little signs of fatigue right there. He was the one that threw that pass. It was didn't have anything on it and just was very ill-advised.
A minute 32 to go in this ball game, Jeff, and it turned into what we kind of figured was going to be a pretty good ball game.
Yeah, it kind of snuck up on us. I mean, North had jumped out to the big lead and was holding at 10, 11, and 13 points through most of the second quarter and opening part of the third quarter, and then all of a sudden Kevin Kober just lit it up and pulled South right back in it. Before you knew it, South had a 6-point lead.
They're up by 1 right now at 68-67. And we've got a minute and a half to go. We played a double overtime in the JV ball game. Of course, not out of the realm of possibility here.
We've done double overtimes here before.
I do believe we have. Well, this is a way to start out the Fox River Valley Conference season.
Well, definitely get them their court legs.
Vogel gets it into Cosgrove. Foul underneath is going to be on Mike Freitag before Cosgrove could get the shot up.
The play that North has had since the big man was here with a lob that comes in the middle. Cosgrove just takes a step back from the side and comes down the lane.
Cosgrove eyes it up. Can't get it to go. Ognasovic rebounds. Kevin Kober will bring it up against John Meyer and Troy Goldbach. Got him trapped at half court. He gets it to Mark Woodstock. The South really now needs to work the clock. They don't have to press anything. Kober, he has ball knocked away. Cosgrove, everybody fighting for it. Kober comes up with it. Foul's going to be on John Meyer, an intentional foul. That's going to be 5 for Meyer anyway. The official is talking to Tom Fogel. Fogel asking exactly what happened.
Well, I'm questioning why there would be an intentional foul on that.
A little kind of a strange call. He can get South back up by 3 with this one. And then I believe South will get the ball back. Kober to Ognasovic. Back out to Kober. Obviously North does not want to foul him, but they're going to have to, and it's going to be Cosgrove, and it's 5 on Cos. We'll get ready to play at least 3 more minutes here in overtime. We're tied at 70. Carley controls the tip for North. Stauber with the dribble to Troy Goldbach. Free throw line. Shot up, won't go. Foul, Mark Woodstock. Tommy Fogel hit the three-pointer to tie this one up for North. Goldbach, first free throw, no good. Got another one coming. Jeff and I were talking about during the break. We started out with a couple of 6'7", 6'5", 6'4" guys Now we're down to playing with the 5-foot-somethings. Golbach hits 1 of 2. His first points on the night. Stolen by Fogel. Get it back to Fogel. He'll call the play. Football quarterback, basketball quarterback. He directs the traffic. On the isolation, baseline drive, foul. Underneath, it's either Ognasovic or Halverson. It's Ognasovic. His 4th. And Tom Fogel checks in at the free throw line. Fogel with 10 points on the night. 2 3-pointers coming in the second half. Free throw's good. Get another one coming. In the air, good. We played 30 seconds in the overtime. North has shot 3 free throws. It's 73-70 North. Long pass. Carley picks it off. Gets it to Fogel. They swing it around to Golbach. In the lane. Doesn't get it. In fact, it was rejected by Ognasovic. Kober gets double teamed, like you knew he would. Ognasovic, baseline, score.
Nice little pass down there that time, Halverson.
Capel on a drive. Score it for Dave Capel. South fans are kind of stunned. Free throw, no good. Ognasovic rebound. Halverson with the left-handed dribble. Gives it up to Kober. Got Troy Golbach on him. Outside, Wittstock. Comes up short for 2. Whistle. It's off the hands. Actually, it went right off the hand of Ryan Ognasovic. Minute and a half to go in the overtime. North leads by 3. Fogel. Out to Capel. Gets it back to Fogel. Drive in the lane. Whistle, foul before he could get the shot up. We're going to come a long way to see who gets the foul. It's going to be Mike Freitag.
It's been pretty much all guard play for North here in overtime. Fogel and Golbach pretty much taking control of things around here. Controlling the ball and picking up fouls and getting to the line.
And for South, Kevin Kober has not been able to get a shot up here in the overtime. Fogel hits the front half. Rings out the second side. 76-72. 4-point lead for North. 1:10 on the clock. Kober. Stop. Pop from 18. Yes, sir. Sideline foul is going to be on Kevin Kober. Fogel. First one is good. Rings it out. Freitag rebounds for South. Kober brings it up. 77-74, North by 3. Kober trapped at half court. Gets it to Wittstock. Down Ognasovic, off the glass, score. When you need him most.
Well, North did the right thing, and that was get the ball out of Kober's hands. Unfortunately, they didn't pick everybody up. Not a smart shot there. Not a smart shot at all.
Vogel missing on about a 17, 18-footer. 77-76, North lead by 1. 22 seconds left in the ball game. They get the ball in the hands of Kevin Kober. 13 seconds. He'll stop. He'll shoot it. Won't get it. Foul's going to be on Tom Vogel. First one is good. 3 points for Kober in the overtime. 11 seconds left. Coach Tom Desautels wants a timeout. This crowd has been into a couple of really good basketball games here tonight. We now have 11 seconds left in the overtime. We're tied at 77, and Kevin Kober is at the free throw line for South. What else do you need to know?
Where are we going for breakfast?
He gets it. South lead by 1. Vogel up court quickly. On a drive, off the glass, doesn't go. Ball loose. South gets it. South wins it. In overtime. 78-77.
I hope you enjoyed this WSCS Classic. Kober went scoreless in the first quarter, but would score 35 points in the remaining 27 minutes. He scored the final 16 points in the last 3 minutes of the third quarter, and his free throws won the game. What a performance. North did come back to win Game 2, but this was the game. Our next Classic game will feature girls North-South action from 2004. Can South extend their streak of 23 wins over North? It is a classic you won't want to miss. Until then, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road. There are many games that we would love to show but no longer have. If you have a copy of a game that you think could be a classic, please get in touch with WSCS TV at 920-459-6663, and maybe we can get that game into our next Classic series.